Hi, I'm Kim and this is Homestead Witchery. Today we are going to learn about a new form of divination. Last week I talked about numerology and how you can use that to find out more about yourself, kind of like astrology. You can also use numerology for divination. I'm not really going to do that. I came up with a new way to divine using books and numbers. And using numbers to divine isn't actually called numerology, it's usually called arithmancy. And using books to divine is called bibliomancy. I'm not really going to go into arithmancy other than to say it works sort of the same way as numerology in that you break things down into the smallest number you can. Using Pythagorean number, he set up a series. Pythagoras set up a series 1 through 9 in the alphabet, and you just assign all the numbers. You can look back at last week's video to see that. Now for bibliomancy, there are two ways people do it. One is that they use something they consider to be a book of truth. Most of the time it's the Bible, from what I read. Or you can use sort of let fate decide, and you use a book that fell by itself. You can't set this up. You use a book that fell off the shelf, and that's the one you use to divine. Now what you do is you close your eyes, you get your book, you flip it around. It works better if you could put it down on the table, but I can't do that because you can't see it and I'm not moving the camera. You close your eyes, let the book open, and you point. Oh. So the sentence I got is 1 for yes, 2 for no. Now, you use that to find meaning in whatever question you're asking. Similar to using a pendulum, tarot cards, Ouija board, stuff like that. Now, Robert Browning, who, if you are a literary nerd, you know who he is. He used bibliomancy to decide if he should go out with Elizabeth Barrett. And he used the fall off a shelf method. And he was disappointed because the book that fell off the shelf was like an Italian dictionary or something like that. And he thought, oh no, this isn't going to give me any answer. But when he used it and it opened to some little phrase about love. And so he went ahead and decided to court Elizabeth Barrett, and they eventually got married, so it worked out for him. Yay for Elizabeth Barrett Browning and Robert Browning. So that's one example of how it has been used in a fun way. Now I'm combining arithmancy and bibliomancy, and I came up with this method at random. I don't know why, it just popped into my head. I saw a meme about bibliomancy and I thought, oh, that sounds neat. But usually books don't fall off my shelves. So what I came up with is you find a word the same way. But for your question or issue, the past is represented by the sentence itself. You pick important words out of whatever sentence it is. And that covers the past of the situation, how you got here maybe. For the present, it's the word that your finger is on. Mine was on yes in this sentence, 1 for yes, 2 for no. Also, I'm using Douglas Adams' book. Well, it's a compilation, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's all of the books together. Because it's important to me. It has emotional significance. So the sentence I got is 1 for yes, 2 for no. Past is the entire sentence. Present is the single word that your finger touched. And future is the numerology of that word or sentence if it's short enough. This is a short enough sentence that I think I'm going to do the whole sentence. So the past is 1 for yes, 2 for no, which is sort of, to me, says questioning or seeking answers. But I want a definitive black or white answer. I don't want shades of gray. What I touched was the word yes, which is very black and white. It's yes, positive, affirmative. Now for the future, what should I do with this information? we're going to do the numerology. So I'm going to add up all these numbers from these letters from the chart from last week. So I'm going to do that now. So these are all the numbers here. Those are all the numbers that I need to add up. So now I'm going to add them. Okay. I broke it up into sections because I can't see all those numbers on my calculator and it sort of shuts off after I have so many sections. So I got the numbers 37, 26, and 32. I added all of those together and got 95. 9 plus 5 equals 14. 1 plus 4 equals 5. So what should I do is 5. So then you look up what the meaning of 5 is in Arithmancy. Okay, 5 can mean adventure. Can't stand routine. It's not routine. It's about change, unpredictability, and breaking social conventions. Take a risk. So the answer to whatever question I was asking, the past was I wanted a black, I had questions. The present with the word itself was yes. And the future is using numerology, arithmancy, using numerology is take that risk. So to me, whatever question I had, do it now, yes, because you're preparing, you want to take this risk. That's how I would interpret this divination using bibliomancy and arithmancy. Didn't actually ask a question. So I'm just going to apply to it to this situation, which is, should I use this form of divination? Obviously, yes, I should. So I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to try maybe once a week. I'll try this divination idea and see how it goes. I would love it if you would try it. Tell me what you think. If you divine often using a pendulum, whatever you use, compare it and see how. I wouldn't ask the same question because I think that's probably going to tick something off because they are going to say, I already told you once. Quit asking. But if you try this out, let me know. Comment below and tell me what your favorite form of divination is. Maybe I'll finally find one that I like. I have recently tried bone throwing, which I'm very interested in. So I might do a video on that later on down the line. But tell me below what your favorite form of divination is and why. And thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.